Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Project Ready TV, and I'm your host, Angie Anderson Moten. During these times, we just always want to come on and say that we hope all of you are well and all of you are safe. Continue to do whatever you feel best to keep you safe, whether it's wearing gloves or masks or practicing social distancing. So we just want to make sure that all of you are well tonight. So we have a treat for you. We're going to talk to two of our Mentor 5 board members tonight. And this segment is our mentor moment. And we definitely felt like we should incorporate some of our members to just hop on quickly and tell us about their experiences, whether being a mentor or being a mentee, or just talk about the program a little bit. So tonight we have with us Juanita Hopkins and Angel Watkins. And I want to welcome you two to our show tonight. So welcome, ladies.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, hello.
Not a problem. Thank you for taking time out your day to just share a little bit with us and to our families and our students. But before we continue, what I want you to do is just take a moment and I want you to share this, like this, and if you know someone that is not following us, just tag them in it so that they can watch it and invite all of the middle and high school students to come on while we're talking. So, ladies, what I want to do first is just take a few moments and just talk a little bit about who you are, introduce yourselves. It can be personal, professional, however you see fit, but just give us a little bit about who you are. We'll start with Juanita.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Juanita Hopkins. I'm from Florida, West Palm Beach, Florida, and I'm a teacher and a paralegal, and I've lived here in Greenville for about 3 years now. I absolutely love it, and I love being a member of the Urban League.
Awesome. Angel?
Hey, y'all. I am actually a military kid, so I'm not necessarily from anywhere. I've lived in Greenville. I came back to Greenville for college, so I've been here since '98, but my family lives in California. I am, too, an educator. I currently educate on a corporate level, so I train. I guess I'm considered a corporate trainer.
Awesome. Good job. So, you both sit on our board, on our Mentor 5 board, and we so appreciate the time that you spend serving the Urban League and our students. Tell me a little bit about why you agreed to serve on our board and what excites you most about the Urban League.
Angel, you want to go first on this one?
I was hoping you would go first on everything.
Don't y'all start. This is not a board meeting.
I got it. So, what excites me about the Urban League is the opportunity to stay connected to the community and give back. Coming from a military background, I wasn't raised around a lot of people that look like me. So I know the importance of having someone that looks like you represent what you do and pushing you along to let you know that you can do it. I also had the privilege of working for the Urban League. So before I came to the position that I'm in now, I was with the Urban League for a little while, and it was just a connection I didn't want to dissolve. So I'm there and make myself there and available to help in any way I can because I believe in the organization.
Awesome. What about you, Juanita?
I agree with Angel. Representation matters, and I enjoy being around the young adults and watching how they conduct themselves, helping them learn how to make better decisions than what I was able to make at their age. So, along with being connected to the community, I think it's also important to be a role model, and the service is the fee that we pay to live here on this earth. And so that's what we do. We serve the community.
Angel, tell us what capacity you serve on the Mentor 5 board and a little bit about your role and how does it help you? I know you answered a little bit about, serving, but in this particular role, just tell us, what do you do?
So I'm co-chair with Jadion James, and I think my role is, on a piece of paper, I have what that is. I don't have that paper with me, but I believe that my role, and I say this quite often, my role is to be everywhere Juanita cannot. So with Juanita being chair, she literally spreads herself as thin as mayonnaise can be spread. And I think I'm a reminder to her that there is hope, and that she doesn't have to be so thin, right? But also, I believe that it's as a member of the board, it's not only what I do for the board, but also what the board does for me. And I am extremely privileged to be a part of this space with other working professionals that look like me, that are helping set a vision for a generation after us to be just as great.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Yes. Tell us a little bit about your role, Juanita, and what you do.
I wouldn't call it mayonnaise.
Mustard.
Angel is right. Angel is absolutely right. I am the chair. So whether that is organizing meetings or just showing up to events or checking in with the board to make sure that everyone is doing okay, especially in these trying times, we try to be an extra set of hands for the Urban League. It takes a village. It truly does. And so when we are out there at events, participating, whether it's signing up students at churches or at schools, whether it is giving a speech or doing exactly what we're doing now, those are just some of the roles that we all play. Angel is our administrative chair. So literally any paperwork, like she said, anything that I can't be at or Javion can't, we work together. And I think by modeling that type of communication and modeling that type of participation, it shows the students that there are working professional African-American women and men who are vested in their education and in their development altogether. So that's just some of the things that we do here at the Urban League. And what was the second part of your question, Angie? I'm sorry.
It was just telling about your role, telling what you do, what your title is and what you do. So you answer both of those.
Yes.
Yes, you did. And I just want to publicly thank both of you. I tell you, viewing audience, if I'm not there, if something happens, I can count on Angel, Juanita, and Matthew to always be there. And so I appreciate the whole board, and I shouldn't probably call names, but I definitely appreciate you for just the work that you put in. And I know how much the Urban League means to you. And I always tell y'all how much y'all mean to me. So thank y'all so much for just what you do. And what you mean to the Urban League. So, ladies, of course, you guys serve in one area. I mean, you do multiple things, but as far as serving on a board, you serve in one particular program, and that program is called Mentor 5. Tell me, how do you feel about mentorship? Overall, have you ever been a mentor? Have you been a mentee? And just how do you feel these opportunities impact your life?
You want me to take that one, Angel?
You're up.
Okay. I think we are all mentors in one way or another. We just are. whether it's the auntie that just always was on top of us, on our tails about making sure that we did what we were supposed to do, or whether it's something that is in a professional arena where you have someone who is in a higher position who is ensuring that you learn everything you need to learn on a job to be able to get to the next level. So whether it is something that is, I guess, on paper as far as being a mentor, or if it's something that happens naturally, I think at some point I have always been a mentor and a mentee. And it's important to give back. And it's important to learn that the learning process never stops. We are lifelong learners. And as an educator, that's something that I definitely hold dear to my heart. For Mentor 5 is fantastic. We reach over, I think we're at almost the 200 student mark at this point. And that's what we do. We are vested in these students. We grade their essays for scholarships. We make sure that they do what they need to do to get to where they need to be. And I think that is one of the best parts about Mentor 5 is that not only are we vested in their education, but we're invested in their overall development as humans so that they can contribute to society.
Yes, I agree wholeheartedly. Would you like to add anything, Angel?
I'm going to give you the real part. For the real part when it comes to why I needed a mentor and why I think that mentorship is extremely important. I didn't have a mentor when I was younger, but my mom. I had my mom and my dad were both in the home, and I had an older brother. But as I entered the professional world, even as a full-grown adult, I needed a mentor, and I still have a mentor that teaches me, Angel, you can't say everything you want to say because, my open flaw is that I am honestly me, no matter what the situation, no matter what, if we're in the boardroom or if we're in the game room. And I needed a mentor to help me understand that you have to know when to turn that on and turn that off. And to find someone who looked like me in the arena I wanted to be in, to show me it's important for you to have all these experiences, as many experiences as possible, so that you understand that while perception is reality, your reality isn't the same as everybody else's. And so understanding that experience helps shape what reality is. And mentorship, I think, is a huge part of getting that home to our youth and to other adults, and I think being on the board is also helpful because even though we're all on the board, Juanita mentors me on a regular basis. I learn a new word every time we go to a board meeting. So I
say that.
I agree with everything Juanita said, but I think it's extremely important to note that mentoring, being a mentee, never, ever stops, like Juanita said, because we have to constantly be learners. And, I also believe to whom much is given, much is required. And I'm required to pass on the greatness that I've learned and become to someone else.
That is so awesome. Wow. Those were amazing, wonderful thoughts about mentorship. And ladies and gentlemen, this is why we have these two ladies on our board. They're just amazing. So to kind of wrap this up before we do our Project Ready TV trivia, what would your message be to encourage young professionals, not just because they look like us, but anyone that's interested in being a mentor? Or on the flip side, what's your message also to parents to join or to sign up their students for our programs? Because we need both. And as you ladies have said, mentorship is so very, very, very important. Because once we get to the place where we we want to be, it's nothing like reaching back and grabbing someone to come with you. So what would be your message? What would be your, how would you just say, the urban lead is the best, or what have you? What are some words that you would say to the people to inform them about what we do and how to join?
I think with any program, parents, they don't want to let go of their kids. They're not sure about what is it that they're going to learn, or who is going to be informing them of whatever information it may be. And with Mentor 5, I would encourage parents to sign their students up, because we go the extra mile. There's a lot of paid programs out there. Ours is free. So from a monetary standpoint, we can alleviate that financial strain. Mm-hmm. The second point I'd like to make is, not only do we run background checks, but we interview the student, we interview the parent, we interview the prospective mentor. We vet our mentors. And I think that's important to know, that when your child is with a mentor, that child is with a trusted adult. And we've done our due diligence and our homework to ensure that those mentors are capable and able to mentor their child, and it's going to be a positive influence. So that's the twofold part as far as parents involving or wanting to sign up their students. You don't have to worry about Joe Schmo out on the street just coming to the Urban League and saying, hey, I want to be a mentor. No, we take the time to vet our mentors and to interview parents and students and mentors together, so that we can make an optimal fit. So I believe that is incredibly important. Now, as far as the students, the message I would leave is, don't underestimate yourself. I think oftentimes we don't take that leap of faith because we don't believe that we have anything to give. We're like, oh, who am I to mentor? What have I done? What have I accomplished? And suffice it to say, every experience, as Andrew mentioned before, is important. Mm-hmm. And so those experiences are what help you learn how to make better decisions. So you always have something to give. And we would love for you to give it to our students. The second thing I want to say about that is, fail up. Just because you can't do something doesn't mean you fail, or if you tried and it didn't turn out optimally. I think Michael Jordan has a quote that he's so successful because he failed so many times. Imagine how many 3-pointers he had to shoot, how many he missed, as opposed to getting all those in Game 6 of the finals. You know what I mean? So you have to fail up. You have to take that chance on yourself. And I think once you do that and you learn how to trust yourself, you have to impart that lesson to the next generation so that they can continue to fail up and not be discouraged. And have a mentor to be able to say, hey, I know that you didn't do exactly how you wanted to do, but you're not where you were when you started. What I would like to leave is to be kind to yourself. So you do have something to give, fail up, be kind to yourself. You're worth it.
Awesome. Anything else you would like to leave with us, Angel?
Give us something good.
I have to follow behind you. Thank you. So we said, what would we leave to the parent, to the mentor, to the student, correct?
Well, what's your advertisement? Why would you encourage mentors and mentees to join the program?
Okay. So I believe it's in that proverb, it takes a village. We're providing a village, right? And we're providing a village, as Juanita said, free of charge. And the other reality is we can only know what we know. And we don't know everything. So for us to continue to grow as individuals and be productive, we've got to venture out and grasp onto knowledge that we don't actually think was available to us, right? A lot of times, African Americans may not go to college. Why? Because their parents didn't go to college. So my parents didn't know how to fill out a FAFSA form, or I didn't know I had to do an application. Well, you don't have to know all those things. You just need to make yourself available. And the resources are there. So what I would lead with is piggybacking off of what Nita said, where you fell up, nothing beats a failure but a try.
That's right.
So not trying means you've already failed. And the Urban League is giving you every reason to try.
I love it. I love it. I love it. What an inspiration tonight, ladies. And I appreciate you taking the time out to not only speak to potential mentors, but our potential mentees and our mentees and mentors that are already in the program, and our parents. So I appreciate you guys taking the time. But before we wrap up, I just want to ask one trivia question tonight. We at the end of our shows, we always do bring you trivia about the Urban League, whether it's about our local affiliate or our national Urban League. So your question, ladies, is what was the initial name of the Urban League of the Upstate? The initial name. A, Upstate Urban League. B, Spartanburg Urban League. C, Carolina Urban League, or D, Greenville Urban League?
B.
What do you feel, Juanita? What's your answer?
I'm gonna go with the one that has Greenville in it.
I cannot. Yes, the initial name of our affiliate was Greenville Urban League. Well, I'm so happy that you ladies got that right, and I'm so happy to have you all as mentors to myself, and you definitely both teach me things every time I'm in your presence, and that's what it's all about. So it has been a pleasure having you ladies on Project Ready TV tonight. And for our audience and our viewers, please remember to follow us on all social media platforms at Urban League 864. And you can also follow us on our new YouTube channel at Urban League of the Upstate, Project Ready Greenville. As always, I have definitely enjoyed my time with you. I'm your host, Angie Anderson Moten. And until we meet again, good night.